Hi everyone, this is Mayuri here. I'm here today to tell you a story. I'm sure all of you love listening to stories. And as tomorrow is Ganesh Chaturthi, this story is going to be about Lord Ganesha, one of our favorite gods, whom we fondly call as Ganpati. This story is about a very significant aspect of Ganpati's physical appearance. I'm sure all of you have noticed that Ganpati has an extremely glorious trunk, but right beside his tongue, he's got two tusks, and his left tusk is slightly, it's chopped, it's half a tusk. So this story is about exactly how Ganpati got just half a tusk, right? So we're going to go back to an era where there was an incarnation of Lord Vishnu called Parshurama. Now Parshurama was a very very strong man, and he was given a special axe, a weapon, a special axe by Lord Shiva to fight evil. And that's exactly what he did with it. He fought many wars with it. In one of the wars, especially, he very bravely, very valiantly fought off an entire demon army with that particular axe. So, this is Parshurama, the incarnation of Lord Vishnu, and here's Ganpati. So, after he fought this battle, fought this war with an army of demons, he decided that he's going to go personally to Lord Shiva, meet Lord Shiva, and give him his thanks for gifting him this magical blessed axe, which is called as a Parshu, and therefore he is called as Parshurama. So he went all the way up to Mount Kailasha, where Lord Shiva stays. When he reached Mount Kailasa, Lord Ganpati was standing right there, and he asked to be let in. Parshurama asked to be let in. Ganpati refused to let him in. Parshurama was a little taken aback, and he said, "Who are you to stop me?" He said, "Well, I can't allow you in." So Parshurama was very, very upset, and he got extremely angry, and he tried walking right into Ganpati. Ganpati wouldn't let go. He said, Parshuramji, Mahadev, or when my father Lord Shiva is in meditation, I am not supposed to allow anybody. He doesn't like to be disturbed when he is meditating, and that's exactly why I'm not going to allow anybody, absolutely anybody, to enter this gate and disturb my father Lord Shiva. So that's Ganpati had decided, he had resolved that he's not going to allow anybody, and that's why he was standing at the gates of Mount Kailasha. Parshurama took offense to something like this. He was an egoistical man, and he was a very angry man too. He got very upset. So he decided that he's going to teach Ganpati a lesson. So he tried again walking in, but Ganpati just stood stiff and strong and wouldn't allow Parshurama to walk through. That's when Parshurama lost his cool and decided he's going to put up a fight with Ganpati, and he's going to make Ganpati pay for this. So they started fighting. They had, whatever that they were fighting with at that point. And Parshurama realizes Ganpati, although he looks like a young boy, isn't that young after all. He was actually almost winning this fight. So that is when Parshurama suddenly realized he's got this axe, he's got this magical axe called the Parshu in his hand. And he decided he's going to teach Ganpati a lesson. So he just took the axe and flung it towards Ganpati. Ganpati could see the axe coming towards him. But he suddenly remembered, see, he, he's flinging it at him. But Ganpati suddenly remembered that this axe or the Parshu was given to Parshurama by his own father, Lord Shiva. And he did not want to disrespect his own father by attacking the axe that was given to him by his father. So Ganpati didn't move at all. He stood right there. And that's when what happened? The axe came towards Ganpati, and it missed his trunk, and it chopped off his left tusk. So not all of the tusk, but partial part of the tusk fell off, and it fell on the ground. Of course, this was extremely painful. Ganpati started screaming loudly, and he fell in excruciating pain. Hearing the scream and the cry of Ganpati, Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati came running out of Mount Kailasa. They saw their son Ganpati, Lord Ganesha, lying on the floor, groaning in pain. It was so painful. Okay, and they were very upset. Now remember, when Lord Shiva gets angry, it is not a very pleasant thing. Similarly, when Goddess Parvati gets angry, her anger also knows no bounds. Now, Parshurama suddenly realized, oh my God, what have I done? There's Lord Shiva, and he's the one who gifted this magical parachute to me. And here I have used it against his own son, and his son is injured. His tusk is cut off, and he's fallen in a lot of pain on the ground. So he started begging for forgiveness. He started apologizing profusely. He said, Lord Shiva, Goddess Parvati, please forgive me for what I've done. Goddess Parvati was furious. She said, how can I forgive you for what you've done? Forgiving you is not going to make my son feel better, neither it's going to make his tusk, his tooth come back. So, Parshu was an incarnation of Lord Vishnu, so he also had some powers. So he was profusely begging for forgiveness. He said, I'm so sorry, I shouldn't have done this. I just got angry, I couldn't control myself, I lost my temper, and that's when I flung the axe at him. Lord Shiva also wasn't very pleased. He also shouted at him and he said, how dare you attack my own son with the axe that I gave you? It was only meant for demons and evil. How dare you do something like this? And that too when he was protecting my meditation. How dare you do this? Parashurama was very upset. He was very scared. He was worried because he had made Lord Shiva upset and Goddess Parvati upset. So he said, don't worry, Goddess Parvati. Don't worry, mother. All this won't go in vain. He said, your son cannot get his one tusk back. I know, I'm really sorry for that. But now he's got just one tusk, the tusk on his right. That's absolutely, it's just one. And he will be now, here on, he will be known as Ekadanta. Ekadanta means the one who is one-toothed. Ekdant, dant is teeth. He said he will be now known as Ekadanta. And he said that he will have lots and lots of powers. He'll be a very blessed God. Everybody will adore him. Okay, and he said, I profusely beg for forgiveness for what I've done. Please forgive me. I sincerely apologize. And then he bent down towards Lord Ganesha and he started soothing Ganesha and calming him down. And he apologized to Lord Ganesha as well and said, I'm extremely sorry. Seeing all of this, seeing that Parashurama was genuinely upset, genuinely apologizing, genuinely feeling guilty for what he had done, Goddess Parvati and Lord Shiva decided to forgive him because they realized that that Ganpati was already feeling a little better. And ever since, Ganpati is also known. So Ganesha has lots and lots of names. I'm sure your mamas and your dads can tell you all more about this, or your dadas and dadis, or nanas and nanis can tell you more about the different names. But this one particular name also stays with him. It's known as Ekadanta. So tomorrow when you do a puja for God Ganpati, or you see idols of Lord Ganpati in houses, maybe if you see it at a friend's place or your relative's house or in your own house, you may have a Ganpati idol. If you see that, you will notice that he's just got one tusk on his right. And that's when you should think that of him not just as Ganpati or Lord Ganesha, but also as his new name, which is Ekadanta. So now, my dear darlings, you now know how God Ganpati got just one tusk. Okay? Hope you have a lovely, blessed Ganesh Chaturthi. And I'm sure all of you are going to enjoy eating all those modaks and laddus and pedas. So have a happy, happy Ganesh Chaturthi. Bye.